So good morning everybody. 20 the reason for 2020. So what's the meaning of a vision for 2020? For former president, the missile man of India, APJ Abdul Kalam, has a dream. What is the dream? That in the year 2020 he wants to see India should be a superpower country. So his dream. So in the story we are going to see what things he dreamed to achieve India. We will see. So before starting lesson, we will see the introduction of APJ Abdul Kalam. Abul Fakir Jainul Abdul Kalam. Abul Fakir Jainul Abidin Abdul Kalam. What is his full name? Abul Fakir Jainul Abidin Abdul Kalam. So APJ Abdul Kalam, we know that APJ means Abul Fakir Jainul Abidin Abdul Kalam, his full name. He was born on 1931, died in 2015. When he was born on 1931, died in 2015. He was born on 1931, died in 2015. He was born into a poor family in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He was born in the state Tamil Nadu in Rameshwaram in a poor family. His family is economically a very poor family. Listen carefully. So what is the full name of APJ Abdul Kalam? Abul Fakir Jainul Abidin Abdul Kalam. When he was born on 1931. When he died in 2015. So he was born in a poor family. His family is not a rich family, even though he worked as a missile man of India. He's a big scientist. Again, he worked as an Indian president. But what is his roots here? He was born in a poor family. So listen carefully. He is a role model for all the people. He wasn't born in a rich family, but he achieved the most. So he was born in a poor family, and in which district? In Rameshwaram and Tamil Nadu state. His father was a boat owner, and from a very early age, Kalam had to supplement the family income by distributing the newspaper. So what is his father's occupation here? His father is a boat owner. His father is a boat owner. So at the early age, from his childhood, so he wanted to help the family income. So for that, he was circulating the newspaper door to door. He worked as a paper boy, as a newspaper boy. When he was a child. So supplement the family income, boosting the family income, encouraging the family income. What he done here, he worked as a paper boy. He studied physics and aerospace engineering. So in his education, he studied physics and aerospace engineering. He had an unparalleled career as a defense scientist. Listen carefully. So after that, he will become a defense scientist. When he was studied physics and aerospace engineering, he become a defense scientist. A reason for 2020 అనేది అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారి యొక్క ఒక కళ అనమాట. 2020 సంవత్సరంలో భారతదేశం ఒక అభివృద్ధి చెందిన దేశంగా చూడాలని అతని యొక్క కళ అనమాట. ఆ కళలో అతను ఏమేమి చెప్పడం మనం ఈ లెసన్లో మనం చూడబోతున్నాం. సో అబుల్ ఫకీర్ జైనుల్ అబిదీన్ పూర్తి పేరు వచ్చేసి అబుల్ ఫకీర్ జైనుల్ అబిదీన్ అబ్దుల్ కలాం. ఇతను 1931 సంవత్సరంలో జన్మించాడు. 2015 సంవత్సరంలో జన్మించడం జరిగింది. ఇతను పుట్టినటువంటి ఫ్యామిలీ ఏదైతే ఉందో, కుటుంబం ఏదైతే ఉందో, అది చాలా పూర్ ఫ్యామిలీ అనమాట. పేదరికంలో పుట్టాడు. రామేశ్వరంలో జన్మించడం జరిగింది. అది తమిళనాడులో ఉంది. సో వీళ్ళ యొక్క ఫాదర్ బోట్ నిర్వహించేవాడు అనమాట. బోట్ పనిచేసేవాడు. సో ఫ్యామిలీ ఇన్కమ్ మెరుగుపరచుకోవడానికి ఇతను పేపర్ బాయ్గా పనిచేసేవాడు అనమాట. పని చేసేవాడు. సో ఇతను చదివింది ఫిజిక్స్ మరియు ఏరోస్పేస్ ఇంజనీరింగ్. సో డిఫెన్స్ సైంటిస్ట్గా అతను తన కెరియర్ని స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాడు. He is known as a missile man for his work on his missiles and space rockets. Listen carefully. So before that, we borrowing missiles from other countries, but APJ Abdul Kalam worked on the missiles. Then India is able to made rockets and missiles. That's why he got the name of Missile Man of India. He was also the recipient of the highest civilization award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Again, so he was the recipient of it. So he got the highest civilization award, Bharat Ratna. సో ఇతను తన కెరియర్ యాజ్ ఏ డిఫెన్స్ సైంటిస్ట్గా స్టార్ట్ చేశాడు. సో మిజైల్స్ని ఇతను తయారు చేశాడు కాబట్టి మిజైల్స్ అండ్ రాకెట్స్ని ఇతన్ని మనం మిజైల్ మ్యాన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా అంటాము. దీనికంటే ముందు భారతదేశం మిజైల్స్ని వేరే దేశాల నుంచి దిగుమతి చేసుకోలేదు, కానీ ఇతను డిఫెన్స్లోకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత మిజైల్స్ని తయారు చేసుకున్నాడు. సో అంతేకాకుండా ఇతనికి భారతదేశం యొక్క అత్యున్నతమైన పౌర పురస్కారమైన భారతరత్న కూడా ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. He was received the highest civilization award, Bharat-Ratna. He received honorary doctorates from about 30 universities globally. Listen carefully. He received honorary doctorates. So nowadays one doctorate is very hard to get, but he received 30 doctorates from about 30 different universities globally, worldwide. So he was received 30 doctorates. So see the knowledge of Abdul Kalam, see the capacity of the knowledge of Kalam. So nowadays one person unable to get a single PhD, but across the world, so he received 30 doctorates. What a phenomenal achievement it is. సో అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారికి ప్రపంచంలో నలుమూల నుండి 30 యూనివర్సిటీలు ఇతనికి డాక్టరేట్ ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది. ఈ రోజుల్లో ఒక్క డాక్టరేట్ తీసుకోవడము చాలా దుర్లభం అన్నమాట. ఒక డాక్టర్ ఒక పిహెచ్డి చేయడం అనేది, ఒక డాక్టరేట్ తీసుకోవడం అనేది చాలా కష్టంతో కూడుకున్న పని. అలాంటిది ఇతను 30 యూనివర్సిటీల నుంచి డాక్టరేట్ పట్టాన్ని పొందాడు. He was elected as the 11th President of India and held office from 2002 to 2007. So he was the 11th Indian President. He worked as an Indian President from 2002 to 2007. So this Missile Man of India worked as an Indian President. What is his period? 2002 to 2007. సో అదే కాకుండా ఏపీజే అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారు ఇండియన్ ప్రెసిడెంట్గా కూడా పనిచేయడం జరిగింది. ఇతను భారతదేశం యొక్క 11వ రాష్ట్రపతి. ఇతని యొక్క పదవీ కాలం 2002 నుంచి 2007 వరకు చేయడం జరిగింది. కలాం wrote several inspirational books. Wings of Fire, which is his autobiography, and Ignited Minds are probably the best known. Indian 2020 set out his action plan to make India a superpower knowledge and communication technology. Listen carefully. So he is a motivational speaker, inspirational to all the youth of India. Again, he wrote many inspirational books. The Wings of Fire, which is his autobiography. So APJ Abdul Kalam's autobiography is a Wings of Fire. And Ignited Minds are probably the best known. Ignited Minds also best known his writings. India 2020 set out his action plan to make India a superpower country in knowledge and communication technology. So you want to see the India in superpower country in the year 2020. సో ఏపీజే అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారు ఒక మంచి రోల్ మోడల్ అనమాట. అతని యొక్క చాలా ఇన్స్పిరేషనల్ బుక్స్ ఉన్నాయన్నమాట. వింగ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫైర్ అనేది అతని యొక్క ఆటోబయోగ్రఫీ. ఇగ్నైటెడ్ మైండ్ చాలా పాపులర్, చాలా ప్రఖ్యాతిగాంచినటువంటి పుస్తకము. సో ఇండియా 2020, విజన్ ఫర్ 2020 అనేది ఏపీజే అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారి యొక్క కళ అనమాట. ఏంటి ఆ కళ? 2020 సంవత్సరంలో భారతదేశము నాలెడ్జ్ అండ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ టెక్నాలజీలో సూపర్ పవర్ కంట్రీ కావాలి అనేది అతని యొక్క కళ. సో సీ ద స్టోరీ. సో వాట్ APJ Abdul Kalam dreaming a vision for 2020. In the year 2020, India should be superpower country in knowledge and communication technology. So see the story now. When the India Today conclave posed the question, India tomorrow, global gain or pygmy? I recall an event that occurred while meeting students in Nagaland during my recent visit here. A classmate student asked me, I would like to live in a happy, prosperous, peaceful and safe India. Tell me, what will you do, Mr. President, and also tell me what I should do further. During my interaction with the school children of 17 states and 3 union territories which have visited. A series of similar questions were raised. So listen carefully. This man, APJ Abdul Kalam, is very affectionate towards the youth. So he knows that India's development is in the hand of youth only. If India will become a superpower country with the help of youth only. So India having more than 60% of youth in his population. That's why he concentrate on youth. So he know that if youth is in a correct path, in correct way, so India should be a developed country. So when the India today conclave the first question, India tomorrow. So many times, so asking students, so many times the questions asking the student. So India today, as it is India tomorrow. Yes, there is no development. Already we know that when we are studying a school education, I also know India is a developed country. India is a developing country. So now after some years, India is in the same position. India is a developing country, not India as a developed country. India is not a developed country. So tag is there, India is a developing country only. Yes. So global gains are pygmy. Global gains are pygmy. So India will become a big country or a small country. Listen carefully. India will become a big country or small country. Means India is going to be developed country or developing country. So the question is repeating in same manner. I recalled an event that occurred while meeting students in Nagaland during my recent visit there. So when APJ Abdul Kalam went to Nagaland, so he interacted with the school children. He interacted with the school children. So one of the 5th class student asked him a question. What is the question here? Mr. President, I would like to live in a happy and prosperous, peaceful and safe India. The 5th class student asking a question to Indian President. My dear President, I should live in a happy, prosperous and peaceful and safe India. Tell me, what will I do? And also, what should I do? So, the student asking the question to APJ Abdul Kalam. So, I want to live in a peaceful, prosperous, safe India. So, for that, what as an Indian President, what are you doing? So, as a student, what should I do? This is the student asking the question to Indian President. During my interaction with the school children of 17 states, so in his career, APJ Abdul Kalam interacted with the 17 states students and 3 union territory students, so which he was visited. A series of similar questions were raised. So wherever he go, same questions asking the students. What should I do to keep India as a safe country? Like that, a question asked by the student. సో ఏపీజే అబ్దుల్ కలాం గారు ఒక మంచి మోటివేటర్ అన్నమాట. ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా కూడా యూత్ని అట్రాక్ట్ చేసేవాడు. ఇతని యొక్క మెయిన్ మోటో ఏంటంటే, భారతదేశం యొక్క జనాభాలో అధిక సంఖ్యలో యువత ఉంది కాబట్టి యువతను మనం కరెక్ట్ దారిలో పెడితే భారతదేశం ఖచ్చితంగా డెవలప్ అయిపోతుంది అని అతని యొక్క వాదన అన్నమాట. అతను చాలా రకాల స్టూడెంట్స్తో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అయ్యాడు. మోర్ దెన్ 17 స్టేట్స్, 17 రాష్ట్రాల్లో ఉన్న విద్యార్థులు మరియు 3 కేంద్రపాలిత ప్రాంతాల్లో ఉన్న విద్యార్థులతో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అయ్యారు. ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా కూడా అతనికి ఒక సేమ్ క్వశ్చన్ అనేది స్టూడెంట్ అడగడం జరిగింది అన్నమాట. ఏమడుగుతున్నారు? ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారు, నేను ఒక మంచి సంతోషంగా ఉన్నటువంటి, సౌభ్రాతృత్వం కలిగినటువంటి, శాంతి కూడినటువంటి, సేఫ్గా ఉండేటటువంటి ఇండియాలో ఉండాలనుకుంటాను. దానికోసం నేనేం చేయాలి? ఇండియన్ ప్రెసిడెంట్గా మీరేం చేస్తారు? సో ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అతనికి చాలాసార్లు అడగడం జరిగింది. Sometimes I feel a nation of billion people think like a nation of million people. Why is it so? I consider no other nation has got a civilization heritage like India to live near a peaceful life. So sometimes he feel that. So millions of people thinking like a millions of people. So among the country, all the people thinking in the same manner only. So how it is possible? I consider no other nation has got a civilization heritage like India to live a near peaceful life. So no other country having the civilization heritage that India has. Indian minds were capable of observing the best of cultures from successive invasion. Listen carefully. Indian minds are capable of observing the best of the culture. Listen carefully. We are going to observe the best of culture compared to other nations. Now we should not allow any religion or any individual fanaticism or endanger our nation. Listen carefully. Again, India is a country, so all the people following their own culture, all the people following their own community, all the people following their own religion. So India not having any specific religion. Listen carefully. So here we have Hindus, Muslims, Sikh, Isai, like the different caste people live in India, but India not having any religion. సో ఏపీజే అబ్దుల్ కలాం ఏమంటారంటే ఇక్కడ మిలియన్ పీపుల్ ఏ విధంగా ఆలోచిస్తారో బిలియన్ పీపుల్ కూడా అదే ఆలోచిస్తారు. భారతదేశం ఏ విధంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందాలి అనేటువంటి ప్రశ్న అందరిలో ఉంది. కానీ భారతదేశం యొక్క గొప్పతనం ఏంటంటే భారతదేశంలో ఒక మంచి సివిలైజేషన్ ఉంది అనమాట, నాగరికత ఉంది. సో అదేవిధంగా భారతీయులు మంచి విషయాన్ని తొందరగా అవహేళన చేసుకుంటారు. భారతదేశంలో రకరకాల మతాలు, రకరకాల కులాలు ఉన్నప్పటికీ భారతదేశానికి ఎలాంటి మతం లేదు. ఇక్కడున్నటువంటి ప్రజలు రకరకాల మతాలని అవలంబిస్తారు, రకరకాల రిలీజియస్ని ఫాలో చేస్తారు. కానీ భారతదేశానికి ఎలాంటి మతం లేదు. కంట్రీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ. సో ఇండియా ఈజ్ ఏ secular country because the nation is more important compared to the individual or a party or a religion. So India not following any religion because nation is important compared to an individual or party or religion. So India don't have any రిలీజియన్. భారతదేశానికి ఎలాంటి రిలీజియన్ లేదనమాట. భారతీయులు వాళ్ళు రిలీజియన్స్ని పాటించుకోవచ్చు, కానీ ఇండియా నాట్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎనీ స్పెసిఫిక్ రిలీజియన్. Even the rich and developed nations, in spite of their wealth and military strength, are afraid of virtual enemies and they live with their fear complex. So when we compare to other nations, other countries, so they are having lot of good health conditions in their country. Again, they are having lot of military strength, but they are afraid of the internal enemies. But India, we do not have the internal enemies. Whenever the problem will come, whenever the situation will come, so we will stand as one. We will say we are one, we are all Indian. But it is a great quality of India. So we compare to other countries, so their countries having the good health, the countries having the military strength, but they are feeling that so internal enemies are there. What they are doing, the conspiring things, they having the fear about that. Economic prosperity and military strength alone do not bring the peace or to any nation. Listen carefully. Economic prosperity, so economical boosting and military strength do not bring the peace to any nation. So if the nation should be a peaceful nation, what is the things requiring here? So the people should having the patriotic things. The people should be having the patriotic minds. Then only the country should be a peaceful country. Otherwise, the country don't have the peace. As we see from dynamics of the world, in such a situation, it is also very important to transform our religious forces into spiritual forces. Evaluation of the spiritual forces in addition to economic prosperity and military strength will bring happiness, peace and prosperity. Listen carefully. So when we have the spiritual forces, the spiritual feelings, so when we have the patriotic feelings toward the nation, then only the nation is going to be happy, peace and prosperity. We got freedom in 1947 as a result of what I call the first vision for the nation. So what is the first vision of the nation? So when we got independence in 1947, India got independence from the English. So that is the first vision of India. This vision created the best leaders in many fields like politics, philosophy, judiciary and science and technology and industry. When we got independence, so our people having the good knowledge in, so the people become as a good leaders. Again, they will become the good politicians, good philosophers, good judiciaries, and they are good at science and technology and industry. Improvement took place in many aspects of the life, in literacy, agricultural production, strategic areas, certain small and large scale industries. When we got independence, we are developing in all aspects. We are developing in literacy, we are developing in agriculture sectors, we are developing in strategic areas, we are developing in the large and small industries. Now more than 50 years have gone by and we are called one among the hundreds of the developing countries, and in the distance we separate from GI countries. Listen carefully. Now after completion of the 50 years, India is a developing country. So this is the story of APJ Abdul Kalam. Now we are going to see the remaining story in another part.